Real estate has a lot of fascinating people, and this office has a lot of fascinating people, and you're a fascinating person, but our guest here is very fascinating. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Signature Studio Spotlight Series with the bald guy in the red tie, Susan Ebert, and Ivana Quintero. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Sorry, everybody. I'm still working on my pronunciations.
How do you say it?
How do you say your name?
Ivana Quintero.
They always do it so beautifully.
I know, just like it's automatic.
But
My tongue doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't have any
But
of that.
it was very close.
And you're Argentinian?
Yes, Argentinian.
Argentinian.
Yeah, I was
See, I didn't
born.
even pronounce that right. And I'm a talk show host, so doing really good here, scoring up the points.
From Argentina.
Are you actually from there?
Yeah, I was born and raised.
Really?
Yeah.
So how long did you live there?
Till I was 12.
Wow.
So my childhood. Yeah.
Do you miss it?
Yes, all my family's there actually. My mom, siblings. Yeah. I don't have any direct family here.
How did you come to America?
My dad, he had some contacts here and was offered a job. And I was it's 5 of us, siblings-wise, and I was the little one. And so I was the only minor at the time, so I came with him and my mom.
Also, you're the youngest
Yes.
out of 5.
Yes.
Wow.
Are you spoiled?
Not really. I get all the hand-me-downs, like...
That
There's no
kind.
benefits to being the last out of
Not
the
really.
caboose.
And there was a big gap between my siblings, and so I didn't become close until I was older, I feel.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how old's the oldest one?
So he is 40, he'll be 48 this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you're like, what, 21?
No.
See, I'm
You
good.
want me to tell you the gap? No,
Okay,
15 years
okay,
apart.
okay,
Yeah, we're
I'll
15.
do the math then. Okay, gotcha. 33. Okay, got it.
Wait,
In
how old
July.
was he?
48.
48 minus 15. Okay.
It's like Common Core math.
In
You gotta.
July, I'll be 33. Well, which is, yeah.
So you're young in the prime of your life, and you are here at Signature Real Estate Group, selling real estate in Southern California. That's a success story in itself. So how cool is that? How long have you been doing real estate?
Let's see. I got my license before I started,
Getting
going
into it.
full into sales. Yeah, because it was an admin for a real estate company.
Mm-hmm.
So I got my license and then fully went on 2017, January. So it's where I'm kind of in my anniversary right now.
Oh, very cool. So
Yeah.
your 4th year, and then, so have you always been working
It
with
feels like longer because I already renewed my license. Like it feels like it's been so much longer.
real estate? Time in real estate is a totally different thing.
Yeah.
We live 30 days at a time in real estate,
Yeah.
and 17 days at a time, and 21 days at a time. And
Yeah.
contractual timelines, realtor humor joke. So what made you get into real estate? Like,
So it was kind of by accident.
really?
Yeah.
That's kind of for all of us, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
So I had my first, I had 3 kids. So I had my first one and he was a little bit older and he was going to pre-K and I was like, okay, I finally have some time to go back to work.
Right.
And we moved. I used to live in Bellflower. So I went to Paramount High, moved out here. And so, okay, let's just look for a part-time. That's what I was looking for. And I applied everywhere. And I get a call and an interview. And I thought it was a bank because it was Coldwell Banker.
I remember
Those
thinking
tricksters.
that.
Yeah, well, I had no idea. And
Yeah.
so I went and I had an interview, and I remember JJ Swanson was the manager at the time, and she, it was not a bank. So, and so that's how I kind of got started with them as an admin, and then I kind of went up through all the positions that were available, and then went into sales.
So do you like that behind the scenes kind of work? Like,
I do, but what I see now is that I was very fortunate to start
yeah.
on that end because I did from listing coordinator to, marketing to closing coordinator, and then I was the TC for 2 offices. So that helped me, like, I feel comfortable with contracts
Yeah.
and just that gives you confidence when you're talking to clients to know what you're talking about.
Well, and
understand, yeah.
the flow and the process of it and what's in the contracts and such, because I think that's where a lot of agents go wrong if they're not trained here at Signature Real Estate Group with Susan Ebert.
She
Yeah.
does a great
Plug.
Yeah, fantastic training that you offer
it's
here.
like a 4 to
But
5 days.
you see so many contracts come through from buyer's agents, and they're not filled out properly. You know, they're missing key ingredients and stuff like that. So for you to have that background, that's got to be huge.
Yeah, and that's how I feel. So it's, to me, that was, and the knowledge of just kind of also just being behind the scenes and looking at other people's, what they do, who's successful and not, it's just, I'd opened my eyes.
Very cool. And then, so how did you meet Justin Bringus?
So we met, so my first year when I was, I went on solo, I had closed my first 3 deals, and he was new to the office. Coldwell Banker in Temecula. I keep throwing names. I don't know if I'm supposed to right now.
No, that's fine. We like to know the history. It's fun.
Yeah, and that's where we met. And I remember I had an office in a corner. He was like down the same row, and he was there. And I was like, oh, you recommended a home inspector. Who was it? And he gave me the name, and another, like by accident, that we started working together, actually.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are quite a dynamic duo. We're actually in escrow together on a deal out in Winchester kind of thing, and it's been pretty smooth sailing, so we'll knock on wood that it
Yay.
keeps smooth sailing that way.
If she's in charge, it's good.
Yeah. Well, so what would you say, SC personality type?
Yeah.
CS? SC?
Yeah.
Have you done the personality profiles?
Yes, I never remember what kind of I think I'm kind of a mix
Yeah.
in between, but you guys already gave me my
Everything's an abbreviation and initial.
Acronyms.
Yeah.
my
doctors have
results. So yeah, we took it when we first came in with
Yeah.
Susan.
And then, so how did you meet Susan?
Through Justin. So so Justin, so we started working together kind of by accident. I'll make it short, but I was going to join another team, like another guy, and just he didn't like the platform that Coldwell was offering for teams. So he said, no, I'm just gonna do my own thing. And he said, well, Justin, I had talked to Ivana, blah blah blah, and Justin was like, hey, well, let's just kind of pair up. and that's how that happened. And then he moved. Well, he kind of went back to Keller Williams and said, let's go. So that time I followed him, and then we were at Keller Williams for a little while. I want to say maybe a little bit over a year, and it was just we were growing the team at that time. We had more team members, and it was about the energy, and the office was lacking that a little bit.
Yeah.
So we came over to visit Susan, and she hugged me. And so I was like,
Susan's
okay,
got
let's
a
go.
ton of energy. Yeah.
Let's go to Susan. Yeah, now we've been here for just a little bit over a year, or just about a year.
Almost
it was
on the
like
dot,
right,
Yeah.
before COVID hit, and it
Yeah.
got really weird.
Yeah, it's been a weird year, huh?
Yeah. So it was like we were here, and it's like, are we welcome? Are we not welcome? Are we supposed to come in, not come in? It was very odd. The office meeting didn't happen. It was just like,
It was, yeah. Everyone's trying to figure it out.
yeah.
But they were here every day the whole time through the
Yeah,
whole
we
thing.
were here a lot of
Like,
The only ones keeping you company?
Justin was the one keeping
Yeah.
me company. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, he was here like every
Oh, it was
day.
me, Jenna, Marianne, and Justin, and the escrow girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was unknown in the beginning. We didn't know what was happening. But I love people who will go through unknown with me irresponsibly. Go, Justin.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Well, let me ask you this: like, being the captain of the ship through, one of the most unusual times in human history. I mean, this is a big shock for the world.
Yeah.
COVID and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
How has it been as a leader of 180 something people to kind of navigate those icebergs?
Okay. Well, I'm not good at not listening to the Constitution of the United States of America.
Yeah.
So my governing doctrine is always going to be the Lord and the Constitution. So in the beginning, it was unknown and unprecedented, and we didn't know. And so listening was important. And but once about 3 weeks went by, it felt like it was a fear-monger trip. And there wasn't a lot of truth being told. And that became, the journey was to seek and find the truth.
Yeah.
and learning and stepping out of the media, the mainstream media, the social media, the distraction of deception, and that's been a little bit of the journey. And so I'm not good at playing politics. I respectfully disagree with that, and I don't agree with telling my people that they don't deserve to make a livelihood. And so maybe we didn't really shut our doors ever. So I think that if we run our lives on fear, I would say false evidence appearing real, it takes us down a direction that is not positive. And I don't believe it's from God either. And
Okay.
so, and if it's confusing, now the author of confusion is not him either. So if I'm going down those roads, I'm going to seek truth. And then hopefully I've been inspirational in people not being afraid. And to be honest, that's why I hug people, is because I just don't believe that one day the government came up with this thing and all of us were poisonous and we were all diseased and we were all contagious and we were all dangerous. I don't believe it, and I won't believe it on the day that they say you're not anymore. And so I just respectfully disagree with the politics and playing with our health care.
Seems like
And
they backed
so-
themselves into a corner because now
Well-
they're like, oh crap, how do we get things open again without?
Right,
Yeah.
right. And then one day they're like, oh, you don't need masks anymore?
Yeah,
How?
yeah.
How we are diseased, what you've been feeding. And I just feel bad for the people who have gone to mainstream media to find their news source,
Yeah.
that are still believing that. And no matter what, we've been in this state for a year now, and we can pretend that it hasn't affected us, but even me who doesn't practice anything on that, it absolutely affects you. It negatively impacts you. You battle depression, you battle insecurity, you battle fear, you battle the brainwashing that has been trying to get you. And as long as I recognize that advertising is the manipulation of, okay, we're going to make you think you have this void, and then we're going to fill it. And that's how I look at this whole thing. They advertised, marketed this thing that made us feel like we had a void and we're going to fix it. And I just don't believe that's the government's job.
Drops the mic. Wasn't expecting that answer, but man, that was very thorough.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, don't ask me that question ever again.
Yeah. Well, I think you just said everything you got to say. Wow.
Well, these guys are important, you
Yeah.
know, and they're important, and they're important to me.
Yeah.
And it's important that we stand, and when we can't stand, I'm going to get on my knees and pray. I've never prayed so much in my life so when these guys came, you know, and then we're new, you know, we're strangers and we don't know each other.
Yeah.
And we don't know, oh, what's that person going to be like? You know, okay, shoot, she just hugged me. There's warning number one.
I know where you're like, oh my gosh, she's touching me. What do I do?
No, I'm hungry too.
Cooties.
So it just nowadays you
Yeah.
don't know what
Yeah.
to, you know,
Yeah.
new people.
Yeah.
Clients, I just bow.
Yeah,
Like, can I
yeah,
shake your hand?
yeah.
Can I not? If you're,
Yeah, me too. I was like, are you a hugger? Because I don't want to ever treat another human being, especially one as beautiful as you, that you're poisonous, because I don't believe you are.
So when you work with Justin Bringus, are you still doing the admin type stuff? Are you on the front
So just-
lines and buyers and sellers, or what's your role
I
now?
kind of do a little bit of everything. No,
wherever's needed?
I just started kind of helping with the team,
Mm-hmm.
you know, manage a little bit and be more of a closing coordinator and such. Just a few months ago, I want to say November, October of last year. So that we can find the structure that we need and hit the big goals that we have. You know, it's kind of just getting all the ducks in line.
Justin's very ambitious. He was on the show a few months ago, and that guy is full
Yeah,
throttle.
yeah.
But
And so-
she is the wind beneath his wings.
Yeah, I can see that being a good
100%.
pairing. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. And like, so when they would come in together, and there was a couple other different people that also were here, but you could see that you guys had a thing. You know what I mean? Your energy, your synergy, your ability to work together,
Yeah.
understand one another, respect one another is amazing. And,
Yeah.
and what you're building is amazing. But you are the wind. And he
Yeah, I
is the
hope.
hot air.
There's gonna be, I say with Justin, it's like a personality thing. He's intense.
He is.
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
I've heard him on
yeah.
the phone a couple times. Like, whoa, don't want to be on the other side of that call. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but we work really great together.
Yeah.
We do. Yeah, and then I see his vision, and I, you know, and I want to know that we can get there together as a team. So that's what we're doing.
That's
Really.
awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that.
Well, you guys are
And-
some of the most top producing agents in this office, so you guys are doing something right.
They're small and mighty.
I know. We keep saying we're going
Small.
to get some more people on the team too, and just kind of get those numbers going, and yeah, get better and better. That's the
awesome.
goal.
And she helps with the people who come on.
Yeah.
And so I always listen to the voices, of people. And so everyone has come back and with constructive feedback, all of it is, oh my gosh, she's so nice. And so do you know what that's like as a broker to know that if someone walks down that hallway and when they come on with you that, oh my gosh, they have that security and stability and niceness. So thank you. Because that makes my job easy. I like it when my job is easy.
Well, I try. I think I want to say that maybe I was a teacher in a past life or something. I enjoy, the paper or the contracts, and so I don't mind explaining and kind of sharing any little bit of, knowledge that I have.
Yeah.
If I can share it or say this is how I do it,
Yeah.
put your spin on it
Yeah.
and just.
But the
run
truth
with it.
is every time you walk in, I'm like, oh, the big, tall, beautiful model just
It's
walked
just the height.
in.
I don't know. Maybe it's just
I
the height.
know, it is. It's beautiful. I want to be tall.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
I'm almost 6'1".
Hey.
Yeah.
Right?
I 6, but I think I'm just a little tiny bit over 6, so I say I'm 6'1".
Are you married?
I am.
How
yes.
tall is your husband?
Oh, I know. I should bring him on and do a little, side by side, shoulder to shoulder. We're like the same height.
Oh, that's
so
good.
if I wear heels, I'll be a little bit taller. Yeah. But I don't mind. Like,
Yeah.
I'll wear my heels
Yeah.
any day of the week. But yeah, so like family and stuff, they'll tease him.
How old are your kids?
I have 3, so I have 12, 4, and 2.
And what's their names?
Oh, all the S's. Samantha, Sebastian, and Santiago.
Oh, I love that. I like when you have a theme. It's your brand.
It was, I guess so.
How did you guys do that on purpose, or just like?
Well, the first one, it was Santiago. He was with an S. And then I always liked the name Sebastian, always.
That's a cool name.
And so I was like, oh, if we have a boy, what about? And we ended up with Sebastian. And then when we, were pregnant with our third, I was like, we kind of have to now. I don't know. Do we? Do we not? And so Samantha, we really liked the name, so we went with Sammy.
Wow.
So
I
with our
love
girl.
that.
Do you feel like you have Tourette's when like you're screaming at him, like Sebastian, you get over here right now! Don't you make me say your name again?
Yes. And so my son will say, Mom, just go S1, S2, S3.
Oh,
call 'em by
that's
numbers?
funny.
And I'm like, no, I can't do that. But yeah.
That's
Good.
awesome. What's your favorite thing to do with your kids?
We are, we like to go, it's just the ages. There's a big gap. So if you see me, I was like, so with the 12-year-old, we have this outings now. So once a week, we'll go, like, just the two of us on an outing.
Oh, I love that.
Yes. So he's getting, older and it's just trying to enjoy that this time now. And with the little ones, it's just kind of small things going out, the park, walks, dogs. It's just, we like to go camping. So we go.
You
It's just an
do?
adventure with Yeah, we go every year, at least like twice, like tent.
A
camping.
tent?
Yeah.
Where your
Full-on
hair is in a
camping.
ponytail and you have bad breath. That kind of camping?
Well, no, we take toothpaste and you take a bottle of
You can
water
bring, like, your
and you
toiletries,
brush
Susan.
and then
You can?
Yeah. You don't have to chew on a twig like you're camping style.
And eat out of a can?
Yeah.
And a dirty pan? It's over the fire?
It's all clean. We have like my husband, like half the garage, I want to say like a few racks or just camping equipment
awesome.
and stuff. Yeah.
I always thought if I would ever do that, I would like it. I just hate the whole setup.
It's a lot of work just packing to go and picking up, and
But once you're there, it's fun.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's just, we went last time, I think it was Sequoia last year.
And how long did you go?
Beautiful. Even if it's, you can't go too long with kids. But maybe 2 nights, 3 days.
Oh.
Yeah.
And is it freezing?
It can be. This time we went and it was nicer, but one time we went and we were going to get a cabin and we couldn't, so we ended up just kind of like exposed and it was cold. And
You just have to enjoy these years. Because now if I get on the floor, I
Not
can't get back up.
Yeah.
But in the 30s, you could get on the floor and get back up pretty easy.
How long you guys been married?
it's going to be 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
How did he
It's a long
propose?
time.
She loves this question.
She does, but
Yeah.
it wasn't a huge proposal. It was like, So there were things like he would do things like I will walk out, my car was full of things and signs and writing on the windows. But this was kind of like more intimate, and it wasn't a big proposal, but it was very sweet. And I was like, do you, would you take me? And would you like to be married and to me and spend our life together? And it was kind of shortly after high school. And I always say it wasn't like we were really good friends, but we didn't go out during high school. We were buddies. That's what we were. And so we disconnected for a while and then found each other after a couple years after. And we were 20 when we got married.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
It was kind of early on, and now we look back and it's like, oh my God, it's been years and years and years.
Yeah.
And that's how far we've come along. So
Yeah.
Your oldest is closer to 20 than you are to 20. So, that's how close you've been
Yeah.
getting married.
yeah.
Wow.
And so we look back.
Can
and
you
it's
imagine your child getting married?
No.
And so-
7 years.
like, no, I cannot. No. It just, and then I see it now. It was shocking to our parents, and it was shocking to. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
understand it now.
Yeah.
Why?
But when you're 20, you're like, "Psh, I know everything.
Oh
Yeah.
my
I'm an
gosh.
adult.
Yes.
I started working when I was 16, and yeah, you feel like you
Mm-hmm.
take on
What
the
was
world.
your first job?
Admin at a pharmacy?
Really?
Yes, back office. So it was
Mhm.
a small pharmacy, they had 2 stores, family owned, and I was, So
What does hubby do?
financial advisor.
Ooh,
With-
fun.
Yes.
He knows how to do
With,
stuff with money. I love that.
Yeah, Merrill and Bank of America. Yeah.
Awesome.
How fun. What is your favorite food?
A lot of pasta. Like Argentina, we have a lot of meat and potatoes and pasta. We have all this European, And so,
Does that mean you drink wine with everything?
no.
And do you go to topless beaches?
Susan getting the deep questions there.
I always thought that that's what Argentina had.
I think it's Brazil.
Oh, it's
I think
Brazil.
it's Brazil.
Okay,
They're our
okay.
neighbors.
Never mind.
And they-
Sorry, neighbor.
Do you have anyone from Brazil in the office to ask? But no to the beaches.
Okay.
But I drink wine every now and then. I'm not a big drinker.
Yeah.
So, but I like wine, beer, maybe some other liquor. Yeah.
So do you like to cook?
I do.
You do?
I do.
I want to
I
have that
do.
when I grow up.
And
I'm
like
59, it still hasn't happened.
make things from scratch, pasta.
Really?
Yeah. Or baking, I enjoy too, but I just don't have time.
But
yeah.
you actually like
like
it.
bread and
You've made bread?
Yes.
I'm impressed by people who've made bread.
Yeah.
I've never
Pizza,
made bread.
I don't know. Yeah, I do. I enjoy it, and my husband will say, "Oh, remember when you used to cook?" Because now it's just whatever's quick and we
Yeah.
can- everyone will eat and like.
Yes, we've got nutrition in our bodies. We're good.
How does your day kind of flow? Do you come straight to the office and are here most of the day, or do you do some work from home with the kids because they're doing the distant learning thing, or how's your life? What's a week in the life of Ivana here?
You wanna what?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it again. I said, "You wanna what?"
Quintero. Getting better, right? Is that close? No? Okay. Quintero. I keep working on it.
So I and this was help my business a lot too. I kind of got more on a schedule. So I have certain days that I come in the office. So 7:30, I'll be here Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. So I'm here till 3-ish or 4, it depends. And my husband can pick up the kids or not. And then Tuesday, Thursday from home. And then the weekends I'm always out, or I'm here. So it's appointments and clients and all that fun stuff.
Very cool. And does your family live around here? Mom, dad, aunts,
No,
uncles?
they're all at
No,
home.
they're all in Argentina.
Oh,
Yeah.
all of them?
Yes.
Like your dad?
We are her family, John Butler.
Yeah. Okay.
We are. Yeah, my parents went back. So that was always the plan, to come here for a few years and then retire and go back.
Okay.
Home. Well, this is my home now, but to them it was home. And so 10 years ago, they went back, and my dad passed 3 years ago, so it's my mom now, but all my siblings, brothers and sisters, and we went, not this year, but last December, so December 2019, and then 17. So we try to go. It's a long flight.
Yeah, how long is that?
Well,
12
because
hours? Is it?
about 12 to 14,
Wow.
because there's no direct flight. You have to make 1 or 2 stops.
Wow.
So it's usually Chile and then or Peru. So it's a long flight. And,
What's it like there with Rona?
well, now it's just they're very conservative. Yeah, they like shut down. You can't go from like one place to the other, like kind of like the cities, like my mom's on the outskirts. My brothers couldn't go for the longest, for like 6 months. They couldn't really go because they were not allowed. Like if you didn't have a valid reason, and one of my brothers camped out actually and said, I have to go see my mom, and he had to get approval, and they sent the cops to my mom's house to make sure that she was there and she was well and that she was okay to receive a visitor.
Jeez.
It was a whole thing, yeah. But now I think they're opening up a little bit, for business and for people to go out, and especially because right now it's vacation time over there. The season's the opposite,
Right.
and the schooling's also kind of the opposite. So the kids are off from like December to March. So this is when people go out and vacation and visit family, and so they're a little bit more flexible now.
Oh, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
And you think you have it bad here?
No, I don't.
No.
I think I have it very good.
Yeah. You just like to shake your fist.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Rebel without
to
a
fly
cause.
now, it's like a whole another thing that would be. Yeah. So I don't know what we'll go on next.
No, you need to pick you got to meet in the middle somewhere. But can you fly out and stuff? Are they letting you leave Argentina? Because some of the countries aren't.
I think you can, but now it's like you have to get tested, don't you? Like before you leave and before you come back.
Oh.
Yeah.
You have to like have a clean, negative, not positive, negative result for you to be able to board and fly back.
Do you think you'll go?
Well, this year we're thinking maybe my husband's from El Salvador.
Okay.
We've never been, so we're thinking maybe go Central America, right? So, and it's shorter flight, it's like 5 hours, 6 hours. Go there, and I'm thinking maybe fly my mom out and see her there.
Yeah.
And do that instead of
Yeah, you can meet in the middle.
Yeah, and to go to Argentina too, it's like it's a shame to go for a week or two. It's like it's expensive and it's a long way and it's a lot of families, so it's like you gotta be more on the 3-4 week side.
I was going to say, you need to
To
go and
really
spend a
enjoy.
month there.
Yeah.
Make it worth
But
it.
then imagine not working in this industry with what we do for a whole month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, on the flip side, you can work in this industry and not work for a month. So.
Yes, true.
If you have a couple good months there. So, well, Susan has her favorite round of fireball questions here, so we'll turn it over to Susan.
I kind of asked some of them already.
I know you already dropped it. You dropped
okay,
them early.
Yeah,
Oh,
the new
no.
beaches was
Yeah,
that
right,
one.
right.
Yeah.
Topless
I think you're the
beaches.
first person she's asked that one for. So,
Well, because I was thinking. What's your favorite color?
Oh, I like blues and greens.
How come?
Those are the hard questions. I just do. I don't know. I like nature. So, and then my middle name it's Celeste, which is like baby blue. So and my daughter's middle name's Blue.
Oh, I love that.
So
There's a story.
Yeah. For mine, yes. For my daughter too. She was either going to be Samantha Hope or Samantha Blue.
oh, that's cool.
And so we're at the hospital, like debating which name. And then we kind of went with Blue because of my name,
Yeah.
because it's kind of related to Baby Blue, right?
Yeah.
And for me, I was born on Independence Day for Argentina.
What day is that?
July 9th.
Oh.
So then our flag, I don't know, do you guys know?
I
Our
don't.
Flag? Okay.
Teach
So
us.
Baby blue, it's 3 stripes. So baby blue, white, and baby blue, and there's a sun in the middle because it's kind of, Manuel Belgrano, the inventor of the flag, looked at the sky.
I'm not going to try to say that.
Okay.
Say it
Looked at
again?
the sky and got some inspiration. Manuel Belgrano.
It's impressive.
That-
I know.
So
Continue.
that's those are the colors, and so that's why my middle name is what it is.
Okay,
That's awesome.
favorite professional sport?
I grew up watching a lot of soccer. To watch, not to play. Right? I mean, what was the question? Was it to watch
What's
or
your
to play?
favorite? Yeah, no, to watch.
Okay. I enjoy soccer. Watching
Men's soccer or women's soccer? I'm just saying.
I mean, any volleyball I enjoy watching too. There's like baseball and football that I like, American football, that I it's hard for me to follow. Because I just.
So do you have a favorite soccer team?
You mean other than the Argentina?
Oh, is that
team?
what it is? I don't know.
There's
I
other
don't
teams
know
besides
soccer
that
at
one?
all.
Yeah, I
Is there? It's like, what's your favorite football team? I know those. I don't know what soccer teams are.
Well, they usually represent a country. And then there's, of course, more individual teams within the country. But
Did you ever play?
no. I mean, of course, kid, you always kick a ball around. That's the thing. Over there, it's soccer. There's a ball, a little patch of grass somewhere, or without grass, you're kicking a ball. But
Did you always want to have this long a hair?
long hair? No, this is COVID hair.
It's beautiful.
Because it's so long. It's like up to, it's very long. But I had really short hair once.
You did?
And I think eventually I'll go back to it. Yeah. I have
You
like an
will?
A-line. It was
Oh, I
short.
can hardly. No.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's just high
okay.
maintenance.
It's okay. Yeah, it's long.
No, the short hair is high maintenance.
Oh, this is easier.
Yes.
Gosh, I
Because
wish
it kinda
I
just
looked like that and it was that easy.
Grow.
It's all work. I don't like it.
I don't have any hair.
You don't?
No.
What's under that hat?
Baldness.
Shininess.
Well, you have facial hair.
Shininess. I know, I had to compensate. And it comes out my nose and my ears. So it's like gravity is working against me.
Oh,
That's how I feel
okay,
it.
so what is your favorite thing about real estate?
Oh, just when we hand keys. That's what I enjoy
Oh.
buyers. I just do, because I've been there myself, right? I just actually bought our home in December. So just looking for homes. I enjoy going out and not only taking my clients, but just to tour and preview homes. But just the moment when you get to actually hand keys and say, congratulations, this is your home. It's a dream for so many people
Yeah.
that I'm happy I get to be a part of that.
Yeah. I think it's a privilege too.
Yes.
It's quite an experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so it's like not take that for granted.
So do you like working with sellers?
I do. Well, in this market, it's kind of, I don't know if easier, but it's nice because you get to be on the side of, let's see which offer we pick.
That's right.
Not on the other side, which I work a lot with buyers, but some sellers as well. And it's just,
No, it's a lot
nicer.
on the buy side right now. It's
That's
like,
tough.
who do you know and do they like you?
yeah.
And will you tell me your best offer so I can win?
Yeah, but it's also like I was telling the team. It's do it right. Like fill out the contract properly.
Yeah.
And just communicate with the other agent. It can just make a huge difference if
Yeah.
they know that you know what you're doing and you want to work with them and what you're
Yeah.
doing for your clients. And
Yeah.
I think it. Yeah.
I always feel like it's a missed thing in our industry. Some people get taught, you have a fiduciary duty to the buyer and seller, and you need to protect their interests, and you need to fight for them. And there's a mentality that breaks down the relationships, the professional relationships between real estate agents. And I think it's important that we are able to collaborate with one another, and that we can call someone and that we want to work with them and that we know what that transaction is going to be like. I think it's so important. And so that's just 100% true. So if you could give one piece of advice to a buyer in this market, what would you say?
In this
And you should look at that camera and tell them.
It's important to know who you're working with. I have a closing that's happening today, and the agent was out of area, and he was having a really hard time getting their offer accepted. So he referred the clients to me, and we went out a couple times and happened to get into escrow on the first one we put an offer in, and we're closing. So it made a huge difference on knowing the market and the people in this industry in our local area.
And where can they call you?
Oh, to my cell phone number.
My number is for a good time call. For a good real estate transaction,
Yes, okay,
call.
that's better. 562-686-1881.
Okay, one more. What would be your piece of advice to a seller in this market? Someone who needs to list.
It's also important who they work with because it's important to know how to navigate and how to really filter through all those offers. We've been getting 18, 26, up to close to 30 offers per listing. And it's just knowing how to really go through them and examine, are they truly qualified? Do they have the funds? And is this going to be the best offer? Not necessarily the highest sometimes.
Yeah. Do you think people should sell right now?
Absolutely.
Me too. It's a great market to
Yes.
sell. The
Yes.
values are,
Yes, and then cash out, and then to buy, the rates are low, even though they're going up a little bit. But just if they want to secure
it's so funny because my first mortgage was 17 was the first and 21 was our second. And so,
So how much were your payments?
when we're at 3 and 4 and we're like, it's going up, I just, okay, yeah, that's not up.
But what were the prices, right? A lot lower,
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
say. So the
Yeah.
payments were comparable to.
Yeah. I want to say our house was 250,000 in Poway.
Well, I remember a few years ago where it felt like we're never going to see the threes ever again.
Yeah.
Remember? Because
Yeah.
we dipped into the threes and like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And then
Yeah.
they kind of were going north of fours. And then when they dropped to the twos, it was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, what is this?
Yeah.
It's Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
So it just adds to the weirdness of 2020,
Yeah.
I think.
And the extension into 2021.
Yeah. Who
Who would have known
knows?
that was going to extend?
I think it's going to be a good year. We're going to be positive and
Well, and it's true because the one blessing that we had was we got to be deemed, essential in the
Yes.
beginning. And so that was a total protection and blessing. And we actually have the ability to help people come and go. And people still do come and go. And so I think that we're in one of the best industries right now through one of the hardest times that the planet has had. We definitely have doors opening, literally.
Yeah. Realtor humor.
Oh, yeah, it's all
Yeah.
that real estate humor. Okay, so
Very
where do you
true.
see yourself in 5 years?
well, that's and I keep because of this new position and all that I'm doing. I want to say I don't fully want to step back from handing keys, but be more selective, maybe. Right, I think that's a goal to get to a point where you're a little bit more selective with your clients, maybe, or your time, and be able to say, and I just want to help them grow the team. I really do. I think Justin at some point is going to fully step out, and I want to be there to help manage.
The people.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I can't imagine him ever stepping out. I can't see it.
For Justin, I see it's the thrill of the deal.
Yeah.
He
He likes
just
to
loves
negotiate it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He just loves every aspect of it,
Yeah.
And so money's one thing, but it's the passion that he has for it. I think that's what drives him to be so successful.
Yeah.
So my
Have
analysis.
you ever gotten in a fight with him? You don't have to answer that.
No, but I try to, and when we kind of sat down and said, are we gonna kind of take on this admin role, and we said if it just doesn't work out, we'll go back to just kind of you do sales, I do sales, still in the
Sure.
team, but not as a more of a boss figure, kind
Yeah.
of what we have now, and it's worked out fine. I don't think I've ever gotten in a fight.
That's awesome.
No, we may disagree, or I may tell him, but I'm forward, and he's very forward too. But like you said, I think
Yeah.
we know how to talk to
Yeah,
each other.
there's
and
nothing better than a
communication.
nice, direct, honest relationship, is there? Gosh, not skirting around anything. You
It
can just say
makes
it like
it-
it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10 times better.
I love those kind. Well, I do them anyway, but the other half might
Do I
not
have permission to
appreciate
give you
it.
constructive feedback?
Yes, that's it. I'm
You're
asking.
the queen of
I'm
smooth
asking
lines.
permission, but the truth is I'm just saying it anyway.
The delivery, it's,
Huh.
yeah.
Well, and I
On
expect
point.
it in return. So if I wasn't going to accept it, I wouldn't have given it.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And I always tell people, you can tell me when I'm wrong too, and I will deny it.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, it's really fun because I think we're going on a year, and the team has changed from the time that you first came into this
3
thing.
times.
but it seems like the design of it now. I mean, those things all had to happen. The progress of the change had to happen, and you being put into this position, I feel like is right your skill set and your gift. I do, and I agree. You should be out there handing keys too and being selective with what you have the ability to do. But you've made a difference, and you've made a difference in this office.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for
So
hanging out
sweet.
with me, not disappearing for the whole Rona thing, coming in and not leaving me alone. I appreciate it more than you know.
Thank you for having us and allowing us to come. Otherwise, I just really wonder, what would have happened if we couldn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it just would have bolted. I don't know.
I don't like "nt" words. Won't, can't, don't, shouldn't, couldn't, can't. No, can't is my no. "Nt."
Thank you for
I
having
don't like
us.
"nt."
Well, how about final thoughts?
Yes. Okay, so first and foremost, I really am happy that you're here. And I know it sounds silly, and I say this to a lot of people in this chair. Walking down the hallway and having someone in the office, even when it's just passing by, and the motivation and the heart and the positivity of just walking by with a simple hi makes a difference. So thank you for always being positive. Thank you for always being a light in that hallway. Thank you for being the voice of reason and calmness and a perspective of professionalism that not everyone has. It's a total privilege to work with you. And it's a privilege to just watch a tall person walk around too. It's fascinating from down here. It truly is. But you're one of a kind and you're a gem. And we are lucky to have you, and I look forward to what you're going to do in the next 5 years. You're just a blessing. You know?
Thank you.
Look at her little dimples and her long brown hair. I want to be you when I grow up.
Well, Ivana Quintero. Close.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Sounds like my name.
I'm working on it. Yeah, it sounds like it's somewhat
Okay,
relative.
wait, say it one more time. Say your name.
It's fine. I said it. It's okay. Ivana Quintero.
They just say it so
Quintero.
better. So much
Quintero.
better.
Yeah.
I don't think I try to roll it so much.
No, you just go Quintero.
No. That's the R-O. No.
Huh.
Quintero.
No.
Well, mine's Jean Boulaire. It's French.
And he shops at Kmart.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being on the show. Thank you for being under the spotlight. Thank you for answering Susan's questions that are so questionable sometimes. But they're always humorous, they're always fun, and they're always well-intentioned. And we are appreciative of you here at Signature Real Estate Group. And on the Signature Studio Spotlight Series with Susan Ebert, John Butler, the bald guy in the red tie, saying, see you in escrow. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.